Hello my dear friends and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Joycey Joy and today in this lecture we will discuss about the education outcomes in India and we will compare it with the Haryana model of education. So why is education outcome in India very important? It is because improvement in the learning outcomes is an immediate goal for India in order to fulfill its aspirations, in order to play a greater role in the global economy. So it all depends on the outcomes of education, how we can compete with the global world. Because the demographic dividend of our country is highly favorable for us. The working age population in the country is in maximum, and in order to make utilization of the demographic dividend and the benefits of demographic dividend, skill and education plays a very important role. And in education itself, the outcomes or the learning outcomes play a significant role in determining the role of India in the coming years in the global economy and the contribution of India in the global economy. So in this context, we will understand what is the education outcome in India and how it is important to transform Indian economy, and we will also see what is the Haryana model. But before we begin, this is our channel StudyIQ and we are providing pen drive courses for various competitive examinations including SSC and bank courses, UPSC optionals, SSC JE courses for various teaching examinations, railway examinations, defense examination, RBI grade B, NABARD grade A, UGC NET, UPSC Civil Services Examination, CLAT exams for state PSCs and also for various professional courses. You can visit our website www.studyiq.com for more details, or you can call to any of these numbers for more information. Now moving on with our topic, transforming education outcomes in India, let us understand how significant is the education department in India. So the education department certainly has the largest share of employees in the state governments in India. So considering the employment generation in the education department or in the educational sector, it plays a very important significant role. The frontline service providers in educational sector are the teachers. So apart from this frontline service providers, the teachers, there are a number of other officials like administrators or lower level employees in the educational sector. So they form an important part of the overall educational setup. So having proper policies that will reform the educational sector is very important and essential to effectively utilize the human resource to achieve higher learning outcomes. Now, one of the major challenges in the educational policies by different state governments is that it lacks participation from various stakeholders. So in the field of education, stakeholders play a very important role. So every stakeholder has their own contribution towards transforming education. But most of the educational transformation programs implemented in the states, designed in the states, does not include all the stakeholders who are involved in the educational sector. So there should be proper policies that will incentivize various stakeholders in the field of education in order to ensure their participation. So a very successful example of implementing such a roadmap is in the state of Haryana. So we will discuss about what is the Haryana model of inclusive educational transformation. So the state government of Haryana has created a race or a competition among the administrative blocks in order to be declared as Saksham. So there is an ongoing competition among various administrative blocks in the state of Haryana, and the winner will be called as Saksham. So this means that this administrative blocks should have 80% or more students who are grade level competent. That is the appropriate level of competence for a particular grade. So if an administrative block attains this 80% target of students in their block who have grade level competence, appropriate level of competence for the particular grade, those administrative blocks will be called as a Saksham. So in order to get this title, there is a competition among various administrative blocks. So this is a campaign that has been undertaken by the Haryana state government, and under this campaign, the officials take up remedial programs like teacher training programs, internal assessments, etc. in order to attain this target. And if the administrative block is confident that they have achieved this 80% target, the state officials nominate their block for the Saksham Ghoshna. And this self-nomination is then followed by rigorous rounds of third-party assessments in order to check the claims of the block. And after this assessment and monitoring, if the particular block is found out to be Saksham, that is, if they have met the target of 80% grade competence, then the block officials are recognized and they are honored by the state administration. So this will boost competition and a spirit of encouragement and motivation among the officials in the block. And further, when all the blocks in a district are declared as Saksham, the entire district will be accorded the Saksham status. So at the block level, if 80% of the target is met, the block will be known as Saksham block. And if all the blocks in a particular district achieve this target, the entire district will be known as Saksham. And according to the latest third-party assessment in the state of Haryana, out of a total 119 blocks, 94 blocks have been declared as Saksham. So it means the overall grade competence has been assessed at 80%. So in 2014, before this program was introduced in Haryana, the grade competence was only 40%. Now within a period of 4 to 5 years, the state is able to achieve an 80% grade competence. So considering the success story of the state government of Haryana, various other states are also planning to introduce such type of competitive practices among the stakeholders in order to improve the standard of education. So now we'll understand what are the implications of this Haryana model. First of all, inducing competition among the administrative units help to encourage the key stakeholders to work in tandem to achieve the outcomes. So we can say that the administrative units are a very important stakeholder in the field of providing quality education, especially with regard to public education, because they play a major role in improving the public education system at the lower levels, bringing in a sense of competition or competitiveness among the administrative units itself will bring in a significant change in the outcomes. And also with encouragement from the top levels of the government in the state, such campaigns lead to a shift in the mindset and attitude of the state's educational administrators. So it will also change the attitude and the mindset of the administrators. So otherwise there is lack of motivation to work and achieve a particular target. Now they have got motivation because they will be accorded with the status of Saksham. So in order to achieve this title, there is a sense of competition, and once they are honored for their achievement, they feel motivated and inspired. So it brings in a sense of motivation as well, and the administrators will be motivated to achieve better targets. And above all, it shows a political commitment in order to improve the quality of education. So there is also proper monitoring mechanisms and assessments before according the title of Saksham. So it shows that the state government or the political administration or the executives in the states are committed towards achieving better targets. So in all these ways, such type of initiatives in order to improve the quality of learning is a welcome step. Now if we understand NITI Aayog's approach in this regard, we should understand School Education Quality Index and Aspirational Districts Program. So NITI Aayog insists on improving the cooperative federalism. It tries to achieve the target of cooperative and competitive federalism. Now we will see what is SEQI, School Education Quality Index. Now what is SEQI? School Education Quality Index gives scores to the states based on their educational performance, and this data will be put in the public domain. So based on the performance of the states on education, scores will be given and rankings will be given to various states, and this ranking will be made public. Now this will also improve a sense of competition among the states. Now in case of Haryana model, what we have seen is that The Haryana model of Saksham has brought in a sense of competition among various administrative units in the states itself. But School Education Quality Index by NITI Aayog has brought in a competition among various states. And SEQI uses 3 data sources, which includes the National Achievement Survey. And there are 33 indicators in order to measure the education outcomes. And finally, this will encourage competition among states and motivates other states to improve consistently. Now the second one is Aspirational District Program. NITI Aayog launched Aspirational Districts Program in the year 2018, and this also draws from the model of competition or competitive federalism. So under the aspirational district programs, the underserved districts across the country compete with each other. So here it is not uniform competition, but only the underserved or the backward districts of the countries compete with each other in 5 crucial sectors, which includes education also, and education has a weightage of 30%. Other parameters include health, infrastructure, financial inclusion, etc. So there are in total 5 parameters, and one important parameter is education with a weightage of 30%. So here the underserved districts or backward districts compete with each other, and these districts are monitored on a real-time basis and they are ranked on the basis of their progress. And NITI Aayog also recognizes the best practices of the selected districts to other states. And there is also reward for well-performing local administrators and well-performing districts. Now here also NITI Aayog will undertake constant monitoring and assessment, and according to various reports, this strategy has become highly successful. These underserved districts have come up in their various parameters like health, education, infrastructure, financial inclusion, etc. So from the Haryana model as well as from NITI Aayog initiatives, what is understood is that the right incentive structures for various stakeholders, whether it is in education, healthcare, financial inclusion, any social indicator, if right kind of incentives are given to the right stakeholders, it will improve the administrative efficiency. Therefore, the quality of the service delivery will improve. Incentivizing the right stakeholder is the key in achieving better quality services. So, states need to induce competition and encourage key actors in education to improve the learning levels. So, improving the level of competition is very important, and this systematic approach can go a long way in transforming education in India. You can find the PDF of this lecture on my Facebook page. You can also follow my Facebook page for more updates of my lectures, and please write to me at joyce.studyiq@gmail.com for any of your queries, clarifications or suggestions. Thank you.